Hey guys, how's it going? This is Spark. We are back here with some more Baldur's Gates. We are going to take a long rest before we go see the paladins up here. So give me a second. We're going to head to the camp and rest.
I would have words with you.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Always. Always need your services.
There are many answers to that question. None are important.
Fair. Forget what the check is. Oh yeah, it's like a nat 20. Oh. Unfortunate. I actually do have to try. Well, I don't know what will happen. No. Oh well.
There is a great divine energy indeed, but the source is unclear.
Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny.
As one should.
For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking.
Nice.
Most willingly, forsooth. Their passions doth run deep for what hath been wrought upon them.
Fair enough.
Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. My services are all that I can proffer thee. What thou wilt do with them is for thee to undertake. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more. Because it is my calling, there is little else to explain.
He's just withers. That's just what he does.
Indeed. Farewell.
Yes. I don't really know who I feel like talking to, so,
Have to keep going.
just on with Karlach.
Why are we slowing down? Trust me, I'll tell you all about it after we take care of the goons on my tail. Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I love how ADHD he is.
Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you?
come back to you. Maybe you'll recognize something we pass, or maybe we'll find out what happened to you. I get the feeling we've got a long road ahead of us. I hope we find you some answers along the way.
Thank you. Okay.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling. Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it, and she was planning to return. One of the archdevils Ariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be. A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. All right, what else is on your mind? My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse blared into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
He's not such a bad guy. He just kind of keeps making mistakes as he goes along.
Proud. No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded. And it's nice to meet someone of your talents. Having a worm wriggling in my skull didn't instill much confidence in the days ahead. With you as my ally, the future looks a little less daunting. A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
I'm kind of curious to see what happens.
Tiny grooves spider across the ice surface. It resembles a sending stone used to confer with distant contacts.
A sending stone? Nothing so special, I assure you.
His breathing quickens, his jaw tenses. Will is keeping something from you. A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed.
Gladly. What else is on your mind? Seems unusual to me. Then again, we're talking about tadpoles inserted into our brains by rubber-skinned tentacle monsters. There's nothing usual about it. All the more reason to stick close. I think you'll agree.
Fair. Fair.
I've come to know a fair few village clerics, but none with the skill to pull these worms from our heads. From what I understand, there's a healer called Nettie in the Grove. Perhaps she's got the talent. We should pay her a visit.
Oh yeah, there is a lot I did not do in the Grove before I went on my little adventure. I'll kill the paladins of Tyr and then I'll head back down to the grove and deal with all that shenanigans.
An ally fresh from the hells themselves. Our company grows stranger by the minute, and all the better for it. Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone. Your enterprising approach to my problem is most encouraging. But it is I do not yet need to consume an item, but keep it close by. It will not be too much longer.
Good, at least.
I knew we were a strange band, but a fugitive from the hells? Now that's someone worth knowing. Not that I want to get on the wrong side of any devils, but this Karlach is a survivor. Plus, I appreciate anyone who opens a conversation with threats of bodily harm.
True.
We may have to increase our camp provisions now that we have Karlach along for the journey. Those muscles don't run on fresh air, I'll wager. Still, she'll be useful in a fight.
Glad you at least approve of Karlach. I'm not sure what will happen if I do this.
I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely. Fine. Just keep out of matters that don't concern you.
Very, stuck up.
Karlach's got the brawn of a warrior and the wiles of a survivor. Best of all, she speaks her mind plainly and fully. Show her due respect. Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Sathisk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir Library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding. Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant order turns to chaos and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities.
Kind of bothersome.
I expect I am your first. Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. Those diminutive scales of yours look like mistakes. You look out of proportion. An oversized lizard with delusions of grandeur. No matter. I don't intend to keep my eyes trained on you for longer than necessary.
Rude. My scales are beautiful.
I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less. Ceramorphosis takes all of you. Mind, body, soul. An ordinary tadpole would eat at your memories until they were lost to the void. But our tadpoles are far from ordinary. I wonder if another factor's in play.
One horn, the stink of Avernus, advocatus diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The blade of frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you.
Karlach, the archdevil Zariel's gladiator, come to burn the Sword Coast to ash.
Well, not counting the fuckers that need a good hurting.
Shut it, devil. I know your kind. A heart darker than a shadow's nightmares. You'd cut a child's throat just to taste the blood.
A devil? I didn't take the blade for a fool. I'm...
A great fire roars through you. The fire of the first hell. You are Karlach, tearing through demons across a blood-red landscape of fire and volcanic cinder. The front lines of the Blood War. With every swing of her axe, Karlach fulfills Mistress Zariel's purpose.
Proof, clear as summer sky. It's over, Karlach. It's time you feel the sting of the blade.
I've tried to tell you. I'm not what you think I am.
Another vision. Karlach's blade rays slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Will shudders with Karlach's desperation. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
By Balduran's helm, No, I will not be tricked.
You saw the truth. I may be an effective soldier, but I never wanted to serve Zariel. Legged it away from her the first chance I got.
Not a bad idea.
And yet you served.
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
No! Devils cannot be trusted!
Would you listen to sense? This doesn't have to end badly for either of us.
You know monsters better than anyone. Can't you look in my eyes and see I'm not a devil?
You don't know what this means. You don't know what you're asking me to do.
I'm asking you to live, Will. I don't want to hurt you. And to be frank, I'd rather not find out how the blade got his name. I swear to you, on all I am not what you think.
Shit! Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods.
Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce. I see the good in you, Karlach. I promise not to lose sight of it. Even when the hells burn hottest.
Well then, that was interesting.
Thank goodness that's all dealt with. The odds are stacked high enough against us already. No need to turn on each other.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly. It means that a reckoning's coming. And I'll be the one to pay up. One night soon when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance. You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
Trust.
Good thing for Will that Karlach called a truce. A tiefling that mighty would shred him to pieces and burn the remains. Now, what did you need?
Nothing like a little camp drama to spice up the evening.
I guess you could say that.
It's almost a pity things ended so amicably. Seeing those two duke it out would be fun.
It seems like Will and Karlach will play nice from now on. Saves us having to pick sides.
Yes.
Glad Will saw sense. Even more glad he decided to stick around. Takes a pretty slick mover to track down old Karlach. Same. Now, instead of a liability, I've got a friend. Or I will have soon, anyway.
One way to look at it. Stories, shall we? There we go. Ah, doggo. Doesn't like a doggo to make you feel better. Right? Doggos are the best. Okay, let's head out then.
goes nothing.
Our scouts told us you'd come. The Devil's ally. Come to finish us, have you? I'm sure she's invented a fascinating history of our crimes. The truth is far simpler. We are paladins of Tyr, Lord of Justice. He sent us after an infernal being, straight out of the Nine Hells, hiding in the form of a one-horned tiefling, Karlak. She slaughtered countless refugees fleeing the Absolute. Yesterday, she butchered an entire family. We were lucky to survive our encounter with her. First, I was burned within an inch of my life, and now I'm stuck playing pantomime. I can't take it anymore. Karlak is going back to Avernus, and if she won't go quietly, she dies. It looks like I'll have to kill you first, which I quite look forward to. Bye-bye.
This way. Just like old times. No escape.
Let's see. Not bad, not bad.
I won't give in.
I think we should inflict wound him. I want to go around this.
One day I'll catch a break.
Oh, that pass. Be a little bit of a problem child. I think I will go ahead and make one.
Can't give up.
How do I want to... Oh, I do have him.
Let's make this quick.
Nice. There we go. Probably the witch bolt was probably a little overkill. Quick read. Hold. Wow. He straight up one-shotted her.
is worth the cost. Can't slow down.
Need to act fast. Onward.
That's a bit rough. I knew this fight was tough, but damn.
Can't even catch my breath. What do I have to lose?
In 50.
We'll do it my way. To the death.
Rook to Queen 6. Time to push my luck again. These boots have seen everything.
Should be able to take a pot shot here. Yeah, I can.
On the way.
Howard?
With ease. Come on. Can't stay idle.
Oh, there. Crap out of
Make me
lady.
your enemy. Very well.
Hmm. Oh, I tried.
Moving.
Alright. Jump up.
This'll do nicely.
Nice.
The lesson is death. No choice but to keep going.
What's nice is Tendency was guaranteed to get that kill.
With haste. Time to get going.
Let's get on with it.
Since you didn't waste any healing skills there, or spell slots.
Despite everything.
One for yourself. Ow. I rolled a 1 and got a +3. Jesus Christ.
Let's get going.
About low rolls. Oh well. We're gonna end that episode here, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and we'll be back on the next one. See y'all.